is called Israel. Okay? Again, it's Jacob is called Israel. Now, let me just breeze through a couple of things. I want to give you as much of the meat of this as I can. Let me breeze through this. I want to give you as much of the meat of this as I can. What goes on here is last week we were introduced to this man called Jacob. Now, let me explain a little something about Jacob. Jacob's name actually means deceiver. And they also called him supplanter, or one who is a trickster. So for those of you who have various and sundry names, can you imagine every time his mother and father called him in from playing, trickster, come here. Come on in, trickster. Come on. Deceiver, where you at? You know it's time to eat. So that was his name. And lo and behold, his name actually fit his character. Why? Let's go with what we learned last week. One of the things that he was the second-born son. And there's this thing called the birthright blessing that was supposed to go to his brother Esau. Well, he tricked him out of it. He conned him out of it. Now, we'll move along. We'll deal with discussing that at another time. But then there's also the spoken blessing, the spoken covenant blessing. And that one he just absolutely stole from his brother. Okay, so his brother, finding out that both of these things happen to be a pattern with him, his brother wants to kill him. So his mother tells him, what you need to do is you need to go with my family, get away from here, and you don't need to be here. So now we're going to fast forward 20 years. Guess what? Let me just slow this down. As I said, he is a deceiver. He's a trickster. He's somebody you always got to keep your eyes on. But I want all of you to understand something. The Bible makes it clear, and I want you to understand that the Lord does not cancel this. This is his word. The Bible makes it clear that whatsoever you sow, that shall you also reap. He's a trickster. So even though he is called by God, yes, he still has to suffer because he follows the things that are not God-like. What am I talking about? Well, while he's there for 20 years, he's in this foreign land for 20 years, he happens to fall in love with a fine woman. Extremely fine, loved her. So he said, so his uncle says, well, you know what? You're going to have to work for her for 7 years in order to get her. So what he does is he works for 7 years, and the book makes it clear that the 7 years were almost like days because of the love that he had for her. Well, lo and behold, when the nighttime comes and he's supposed to become intimate with this woman, he wakes up in the morning only to find out it's her sister. So somebody pulled a trick on him. And watch this. That was 7 years he had to do that. So he's told, well, listen,